What up, Sagittarius? It's Shani with Healing Elements, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is your Libra season reading, guys. So this is the last sign I'm doing, and I have to tell you that even though all of the readings, including Pisces for me, was a really rough read, to say the least, as far as just feeling the vibe and feeling the energy as far as the challenges that we're going through, just all the energy coming in, just the ascension symptoms and or the, purging of some real negative, deep down shadow emotion work that's going on. But I have to tell you, your reading was different. So, not that you're not going through some things if you resonate with this particular reading. So, of course, as always, just take what resonates. If it doesn't pertain to you, check back next month. But it was a definite lighter version. And I think you guys are just waiting for your birthday season, right? You're waiting for Sag season. And I feel as if this was incredibly powerful as well. I had two messages channeled to give to you, one of which is really neat. It is something that I read, and I got it out after I was channeled, and I read it again. It's out of this remastered, album, the CD for Let It Be for the Beatles. And it's a conversation between John Lennon and also Paul McCartney. And John mentions, there we go. Yeah, everyone's fired up. John mentions a poem, and it is titled Rabbits Don't Fly. So that is for you, Rabbits Don't Fly. But it, turns out to be an intriguing conversation as always. If you're into the Beatles, I am. It was about the fact that some birds don't fly either, and only when they're hunted after do they fly. So I got a lot of meaning out of that, and I might talk about it at the end. But your cards here are going to be from many decks, one of which is the Kyle Gray deck with the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck set. I have a new deck, it's wonderful, called Legendary Ladies, rather, the Goddess deck from Anne Shen. It's beautiful. And then we'll be pulling some Shaman Animal Spirit Oracle cards, as well as some really fun ones at the end, just some positive affirmations. It's out of an emotional therapy base deck, pet base deck. It's really cute. Therapets. And so we also will be reading this first one for you guys, is the postcard from Spirit. So I'll read it to you now. And so while I clear the space and give it positive energy, I do have to bring it up only to your reading. So it's funny, any cross watchers, I guess you know the juice. I have been biting my nails since August 1st. I stopped biting my nails for at least 20 some odd years and prided myself on growing them. And you know what? I definitely am admitting that they just look horrific and definitely are bit down to the core. And this is because I think I'm internalizing stress, and that's something in the shadow, because I feel like I'm dealing with everything, including my father-in-law's death in August, and then also my family getting COVID and my daughter almost really passing and losing her life, 23-year-old. So on with your card, guys. Just wanted to mention that I have ratchet fingernails. It says, "Dearest Sagittarius, dear you, there are times in life when taking a risk is better left for another day. Other times are perfect for taking that leap, no matter how dangerous it might seem. Well, hold on to your parachute strings, for today is leap time," right? Leap. I'm feeling that for you. Realize that no matter what, we will not let you fall, drown, get lost, or hurt yourself in any way on this one. Even if it may feel like you are in free fall, we are here for you, and you can stop freaking out about getting hurt and relax into this transition to something new. I think it'll be a little easier on you than a lot of other signs. All the elements are in place. Boom. Healing elements, right? And your soul is ready for a new experience. No matter what you're asking about, it's time to take the risk and do that thing that scares you. So act upon anything that you were considering before coming to this, is your message if you resonate. No matter what happens, Sag, you will land softly right on target. Nice. Don't worry about the outcome. Spirit's got that covered. It's taking the leap itself. That's the point. We love your courage. Embrace it. That's beautiful. What a beautiful message. Definitely feeling that, again, that vibe of, you know what, it is difficult, but who does it better than you? Your planet is going direct, Jupiter. So before we get to the Kyle Gray Ancestor or Angels and Ancestors deck, let's talk about that. You definitely have, I feel, some significant power. Jupiter being the, ancient ruler of my sign as well, Pisces, and the traditional ruler for Sag. Look at this. I think you guys have the power. So this is coming up in, I'm going to say over 90% of the readings, personal readings, collective, ones I do for myself. This is the spirit animal of the fox, the spirit fox card, the fox spirit in this deck. And it speaks of, an absolute, I think it's Sagittarian and also Gemini. And I also feel like other air signs vibe, where it is very much tied into using your wit, using this, you know, charming, cunning intellect and, ability to process and be very, very ingenuous and on the fly and use that kind of, you know, charisma slash intelligence to get through any situations. And it's just, telling me throughout all of these readings that collectively we're going to need this. We're going to need to dig deep and to really be creative about the solutions and, be patient with our, reactivity. We really do have to kind of look at things in that funny, quirky, abstract, Sagittarian, expansive, let's just not look at it one way, let's look at every angle before we get worked up type of vibe, right? So the message on the card, of course, is just so perfect for everyone and everything. It says, trust your talents in changing times. Absolutely. Warning us to stay alert, changes in the air, and that, when these energies are around us, it's uncomfortable, but we have what we, need. You have what you need to be comfortable, to be equipped with all that you need to survive this huge shift, guys. And this is a really neat thing that's been coming up in all the sun sign monthly reads this month. It is a card that really represents to me in the past that I've done readings. I love this deck of the sign I'm reading for. So Sagittarius, this always reminds me of your energy, the Knight, the card of the Knight in Kyle Gray's deck, talking about bravery and honesty, authenticity and integrity. This is all about having courage when you need it, like the Knights Templar, just standing by a, principle and also really truly becoming that warrior spirit to do whatever it takes to get through. It's, talking about doing the right thing as well, even if it is not the easier option. So going with that Christ consciousness or, that thou shalt not kill vibe up until, it is absolutely imperative if it comes to be that, imperative indeed. And, all about standing for, what we believe inside is the right thing, standing for and up for what we know to be true as far as, integrity and protecting those who need protection, some real big themes, talking about opposition and, opposition slowing your progress. And beautiful, yet another card reminding me of Sagittarius, also Leo, Aries. This is the Fire Guardian, the Fire Guardian card, talking about passion and igniting that passion within you, connecting with exactly what your true desires are. And that's been another theme in a couple of the readings. Just truly, I think it's a time for us to dive deep and find out what drives us to be at the highest vibration, be happiest, the most content. And, it really, I think, is going to serve us well moving on in the future when we do find what we gravitate to that makes us feel aligned to center, right? Passion ignites, and these sparks lead to something beautiful, not just within your life, but around the people that you come in contact with. You're definitely being guided this time by your angels, by spirit, to connect with the powerful energy you have inside of you to desire and also to go after with passion what you desire. And this is all about sexual and sensual energy as well, becoming more open. And this is very rare to get in the same reading. Another guardian card. They only have a few labeled guardians in this deck. I love it though. This is all about choosing your path. It says choose your path on the card. And it's also a big, big, big meaning behind this card is about connecting with what your deepest desires are and then choosing, making action, just like your, postcard from Spirit said, taking the leap now. If anyone resonates, do the work. Choose the path that's going to make your soul and heart ring to, your higher self's vibration, your authentic self. And this blows my mind. I just had to count in the book and see how many guardian cards. There are only 8 guardian cards. You got 3. This is the protection guardian. It's talking about dropping your defenses, drop your shields, it says. It's talking about drop any kind of shield. So if you have a sense of shame or resistance, fears that are standing and blocking you, coming in between you and any chance that you have to fulfill your desires, to become jubilant and enjoy being aligned to center, even if others are not around you, right? It's not your obligation to change the mindset and or behavior and or, way in which someone else loves themselves. Just know that you do not need to hide who you are or the gifts that you have on behalf of, someone else or in any sense at all. If you do feel shame about, your gifts, you were born to shine and you do not need to really truly feel that way. It's all about dropping your shields. And this is beautiful. You guys have the Star Ancestor card talking about tapping into the Native American, let's say, you know, theory that or belief and actually just oral history in their own words, tapping into the star people, those who come from the stars. We all come from stars, truly. Sagittarians, you know that and understand that vibe, but this is asking you to connect with possibly, Pleiades or other, civilizations that live off planet that we are tied into, if you believe in reincarnation, into different lives and that nature, that would resonate. Or something along the lines of just exploring the immense expansion of, we're not just here on earth. There are souls, in my opinion, and I think in yours too, that live off of this planet, and we love and are connected with them as well. And now on to your spirit animal cards. First one is beautiful, it is the eagle. Speaking of mastery, which is something that Sagittarius, being the third fire sign, are able to do, especially integrating spirit. So, being after Scorpio in the zodiac, that is something that you embody as well. Mastery, it says, Sagittarius, you are on a spiritual journey beyond the sky. Absolutely. Let go of the past. Yeah. If you're holding on to any guilt, shame, or anything that has to do, again, with any resistance to evolving, you must drop it. Okay. So let go of the past and soar. You are guided by the winds of spirit. Your wisdom inspires the world. It definitely does. You have wisdom, and I think your wisdom is going to help a lot of us throughout these times. Again, you have the Spirit Fox is your definite embodiment. And the next card we have is beautiful. This is just a really synchronic reading. So as you know, Sagittarius, you are represented by a half horse, half man, the centaur, and you got the spirit animal of the horse, all about freedom, which you do tend to be a freedom fighter like Aquarius. I don't think enough people mention that, so I'll mention that now. It says, Sagittarius, your heart is pure and free. A greater purpose calls to you now. You have unlimited reserves of both stamina and strength, right? Just like the horse in just its beautiful glory. You follow the winds of change, also a double meaning. You had winds of change and winds of spirit mentioned on the eagle, and now this card says you follow the winds of change and accomplish your dreams. So very capable now, and as you always are, but right now I feel that it's a message from spirit saying, even if things are going chaotic around you, you're feeling these bits of shame, no matter, you're just going to persevere and be strong enough to get through it with a lot of creative energy as well. And beautiful, I just saw a baby lizard. It was so precious this morning, as something happened to me, so it was a sign as well. This is the spirit animal of the lizard, all about regeneration, right? Regeneration is when you break off a limb and you can grow it back. But this message for you is telling you anything that is broken about you, mentally, physically, otherwise, you can regenerate and be even better than new. It says, Sagittarius, as a survivor, you are unparalleled. Beautiful message. No matter what happens, you can adapt. Yes, being a mutable sign, you can. Embrace your transformation now. Put on your new cloak. You are a master of regeneration. That is beautiful, beautiful. It reminds me of a song my Leo daughter used to sing when she was 4. She had a video game about a crab, and they also regenerate. So are you associated with cancers? And the last one is gorgeous. This is the sea turtle. The spirit animal of the sea turtle is just so divine and wise, and it is talking about protection. You have protection, guardian, you have protection over you now from spirit. And my intent and positive prayer says, Sag, you are a master of finally finding life's flow. Be in harmony with the rhythm, and your path will unfold, right? It'll unfold. Let it unfold. Sometimes surrendering to the unfolding, I think, is what blocks a lot of us during spiritual awakening. Persevere, and you will succeed. You have everything you need to be protected and happy. Very beautiful, beautiful spirit animal cards. And I believe the only redundant one that we have gotten before in some of the signs was the eagle. I believe that was the cards that Scorpio also got as well. But the turtle, the lizard, and also the horse, I had yet to get even in a private reading, although the deck is brand new. So gorgeous, gorgeous reading so far, guys, all, in sync. And in a minute, we will get you the Divine Legendary Ladies Goddess deck by Ann Shen. They are just gorgeous. And your first card is Artemis, gorgeous. Goddess of the forest. I just love it. So another archetype that I like into Sagittarius energy, believe it or not, this is the Greek origin story of the goddess Artemis, all about independence in this deck. The book says, now is the time to go it alone or declare your independence, right? You're getting protection and guidance from Artemis. This card, the goddess of the wilderness, explores nature, or commune with the moon to find more answers. So perhaps that's a big message regarding the next coming up moon, new moon, or full moon cycle. And this card is gorgeous. Rhiannon. This card talks about enchantment and is a Welsh origin story. It says in the book, guys, you have so much magic and power within you. Do not be afraid to use it. A lot of us go through that. I know I did. Great sorceress goddess Rhiannon is guiding you and enhancing your powers of enchantment right now. You will find things come more easily if you relax, let go, and go with the flow. Easier said than done, my friends, right? But fun fact, I was actually named Rhiannon for 48 hours, and then my mom had a fit. My mom had a fit, and they compromised on Shannon. But Rhiannon, that song by Fleetwood Mac, was always a favorite of my dad's, and he loved that. I wonder, since he's passed, I can't ask him if he knew that that was a Welsh origin story and the inference in it. And this is the goddess Freya. Yes, be bold, Sagittarius. This is of Norse origin, right? Vikings. Freya, be bold. It says boldness. The book says playful goddess of love and ruler over war and death as well. Freya appears before you to encourage you to boldly go forth. Go for it, Sag. Really, that's a big reading. Message. Now is not the time to play small. Step into your power, embrace your desires, and take swift action, right? Big message is taking swift action during this Libra season to manifest them fully in your life. Freya has got your back, and my throat chakra wants to act up. Perhaps you guys are or are not going to like these silly little cheesy cards, but here is the Therapets deck, and your first card is talking about, making it through. It says, whatever happens today, you will make it through. Definitely a vibe of it's okay, there's going to be a lot of shit. Mercury is retrograde, maybe being a techie, usually Sagittarians are. Things are going haywire and screwy. Definitely for us, never fails. Definitely someone who subscribes to that. The next message is beautiful, the moose. I know you feel anxious, but you forgot the part where you totally got this. It's like an alien elk. That's interesting. Yeah, right? Because it's asking you to, in this reading, tap into that ancestry of the star family, the solar, and also the celestial beings that we are connected to. So that is gorgeous. And guys, the next card is, there are many of them. They're like 80. They all just are positive affirmations, but I love them. It says progress is progress, Sagittarius, no matter how small. So even if you, don't beat yourself up for one day about anything you're holding, hostage as guilt or shame or, self-sabotage, it's okay. It's okay. And this says it's okay. It says you're not going to succeed at everything, not even being, good to yourself all the time. So give that to yourself. Don't stress about it. That'll make things seem worse and give a heavier burden. It says you're not going to succeed at everything you try, and that's okay. The most important thing is what intent you put in it. And there's Moch. So blessings, love, and light to all of you. Lots of gratitude, lots of positive vibage as you go through Libra season, guys. Love and positive vibes.